Let's consider this phrase. What does it really imply? What secrets could be hidden behind such a simple yet powerful idea? Today, we're going to unravel one of the most fascinating and enigmatic principles of hermetic philosophy. As above, so below, this principle has intrigued truth seekers for centuries, and understanding it could completely transform your perspective on life and the universe. Imagine for a moment that every aspect of your life is connected to something much greater than the stars, the infinite cosmos, and that your innermost thoughts are intrinsically linked. What if understanding this connection could open the doors to a higher wisdom? Stay with us until the end, because what we'll explore last will not only be the most striking, but also the key to unlocking the true power of this principle. The meaning of as above, so below transcends words. It is an invitation to discover the hidden mysteries of existence and to understand the universal laws that govern both the visible and the invisible realms. For the ancient wise ones, this principle was not just an idea. It was a fundamental truth that connected the spiritual with the material, the macrocosm with the microcosm. And although it may seem abstract, this idea has profound and practical applications in our daily lives. Think about the universe. Look up at the night sky, full of stars. Each one seems distant, unreachable, yet at the same time we feel a bond, an inexplicable magnetism towards them. Now observe within yourself, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts. Are they not miniature universes in their own right? It's as if the very pattern that organizes galaxies also organizes our feelings, our decisions, and our dreams. For those who study Hermetic teachings, as above, so below, becomes a key to understanding that everything happening in the physical world is a reflection of something occurring in the spiritual world, and vice versa. This truth is found in the oldest philosophies, from the Vedic texts to the teachings of ancient Greece. Plato, for example, spoke of a world of perfect ideas, a higher realm that shapes everything we experience down here. Now, ask yourself, what if the conflicts you face in the outside world are simply a reflection of your inner battles? And what if the harmony you seek is something you first need to nurture within yourself? Take a moment to reflect on this. In our daily lives, we often feel trapped in chaos, as if we're disconnected from something greater. But the principle of correspondence teaches us that there is always a connection, a mirror between what happens at different levels of our existence. For example, when we find balance and peace within, that state reflects in our relationships, in our surroundings, even in our health. This principle is also present in nature. Notice the fractal forms, patterns that repeat both in the leaves of a tree and in distant galaxies. It's as if the universe is shouting this truth, showing us that there is no separation, that the small and the large are expressions of the same essence. But here arises an important question. How can we apply this idea in our daily lives? How can we leverage the knowledge that is above so below to find purpose, clarity, and spiritual growth? Throughout this exploration, we will see how this Hermetic principle intertwines with other universal laws, how it influences our relationships, our connection with the divine, and our ability to create the reality we desire. There is so much to discover, and what's coming next is even deeper and more revealing. So as you continue with me on this journey, I invite you to open your mind, to question what you think you know, and to prepare to receive a deeper understanding of existence. Because what is to come will not only change the way you see the universe, but also the way you see yourself within it. Let's now consider how this principle applies not only to the external universe, but also to our own existence. Many spiritual traditions tell us that the human body is a reflection of the cosmos. For example, the ancient Egyptians believed that the Nile River, with its constant flow and ability to nourish the land, was a mirror of the vital energy that flows within us, known in some traditions as prana or chi. The yogis of India also teach that the microcosm of the human body, according to them, the 7 energy centers, known as chakras, not only regulate our internal energy, but are also aligned with cosmic forces. This idea of correspondence suggests that by balancing these centers, we can align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe. Now imagine how this understanding could change your perspective on the challenges you face. If the outer universe is a reflection of the inner universe, then working on your personal growth and inner peace will not only transform your life, but also influence the world around you. This is not just a poetic idea. It is a practical invitation to take responsibility for our own vibration, because what we emit into the world is ultimately what we receive. Let me ask you a question. Have you noticed how your emotions seem to influence your surroundings? When you are filled with joy and gratitude, it seems that everything around you shines brighter. People are kinder and opportunities flow more easily. But when you find yourself caught in anger or sadness, it seems that the whole world conspires to amplify your discomfort. This is not a coincidence. It is a manifestation of the principle of correspondence in action. Let's look at another practical example in alchemy, which is both a spiritual science and an art. Alchemists were not only looking to turn lead into gold in the literal sense, they also saw this process as a metaphor for internal transformation. Lead represented the denser and darker parts of our psyche, while gold symbolized our highest and divine self. This process of transmutation, according to the alchemists, reflected the same laws that operate in the universe. What happens on one level also happens on another. This leads us to a powerful conclusion. If we want to change the world around us, we must start by changing ourselves. This principle has been echoed throughout history by great spiritual masters from Buddha to Jesus, and by philosophers like Socrates, who said, "Know thyself and you will know the universe and the gods." However, this transformation isn't always easy. It requires courage, discipline, and a willingness to look within ourselves honestly. But here is where the real magic lies. When we commit to this process, we begin to see how even the challenges and difficulties in our lives contain profound lessons. It's as if the universe itself is guiding us toward a greater understanding and growth. Now let's return to the central idea. As above, so below. What does it really mean? It's not just a pretty phrase to ponder. It's a universal law that has the potential to change our perception of everything. It shows us that there is no separation between the spiritual and the material, between heaven and earth, between the cosmos and our soul. Everything is connected, and every action we take, every thought we have, resonates throughout the fabric of the universe. Think of it this way. If the universe were a vast ocean, each of us would be like a drop in that ocean. Though we may seem individual, we are inseparable from the whole. We create what we think, and what we feel impacts not only our lives, but also the world at large. It's a reminder that we are all co-creators of reality, and that our responsibility doesn't end with ourselves. But here arises a crucial question. How can we harness this principle to create a life that is more aligned, more abundant, and more fulfilling? The answer lies in understanding the universal laws that accompany it. In the next few minutes, we will explore how these laws work together with, as above, so below, revealing the secrets that will allow us to unlock our full potential. Are you ready to dive deeper? What lies ahead will unveil truths that could forever change the way you understand your purpose and your place in the cosmos. Let's continue exploring this fascinating principle together, because what comes next will lead us to an even deeper understanding. To truly grasp, as above, so below, it is essential to delve into the universal laws that govern our reality. These laws, described in ancient texts like the Kybalion, show us how the universe operates on all levels of existence. One of these laws is the law of vibration, which states that everything in the universe is in constant motion, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. If we understand that everything vibrates, we can begin to see how higher frequencies like love, gratitude, and compassion bring us closer to a state of harmony, both with ourselves and with the universe. On the other hand, lower frequencies, such as fear and hatred, disconnect us from this synchronization. This means that our personal vibration not only affects our individual experience, but also contributes to the balance or imbalance of the whole. This is where the principle of correspondence comes to life. By raising our internal vibration, we begin to see how the outer world responds in surprising ways, as if the universe acts like a mirror, reflecting back what we emit. But this principle isn't limited to just our emotions or thoughts. It also applies to our actions, our words, and our deepest intentions. Let's think about this from a spiritual perspective. The great masters throughout history have reminded us that we are more than physical bodies. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This means that everything we do here, below, echoes in the above, in the higher planes of existence. This understanding invites us to live with greater awareness, knowing that every choice we make has an impact beyond what we can see. Imagine, for example, how the simple act of meditating can change not only your mental state, but also the environment around you. Numerous studies have shown that collective meditation can reduce levels of violence and conflict in entire communities. This is not magic. It's the direct application of the principle of correspondence. When we change our internal vibration, we influence the vibration of our surroundings. But this also leads us to a profound responsibility. If we are co-creators of our reality, then we must be aware of the energies we cultivate within ourselves. What kind of thoughts are we feeding? What emotions are we allowing to dominate us? Take a moment to reflect. How would your life change if you began to align your thoughts and emotions with the highest frequencies of the universe? Modern science also provides us with fascinating insights into this principle. Quantum physics, for instance, has shown that subatomic particles can influence each other, even over great distances, in a phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. This discovery suggests that everything in the universe is connected in ways we are just beginning to understand. Essentially, what happens in one place has the power to influence another. This reinforces the idea that as above, so below. This leads us to a crucial point. If everything is connected, then there are no insignificant acts. Every positive thought you have, every kind word you say, and every act of love you perform contributes to the collective vibration of the universe. Similarly, every action rooted in fear or separation also has an impact. Here lies our opportunity to consciously choose how we want to contribute to the great fabric of existence. Now, what happens when we face challenges or conflicts? How can we apply this principle in times of difficulty? The key is to remember that the problems we see in the external world are, in many cases, reflections of internal imbalances. This doesn't mean we are responsible for everything that happens to us, but it invites us to look within ourselves to find the roots of our external experiences. For example, if we constantly face conflicts in our relationships, it might be time to examine our beliefs, our expectations, and our own emotions. Are we projecting insecurities or fears onto others? Are we aligned with the energy of love and understanding? Or are we caught in patterns of judgment and separation? This principle not only helps us solve problems, it also empowers us to manifest our greatest aspirations. By understanding that the universe responds to our internal vibrations, we can begin to cultivate states of gratitude, joy, and abundance, knowing that these states will attract similar experiences to us. And here is where we arrive at a deep revelation. As above, so below is not just a description of how the universe works. It is an invitation to actively engage in its creation. It's a reminder that we are not mere passive observers of our reality. We are conscious creators, with the power to transform both our personal lives and the world around us. However, there's something even more important you need to know, something we will reveal in the next part. Because this principle holds a hidden secret that will not only change your perspective, but also provide you with the key to unlocking a completely new level of understanding and empowerment. Are you ready to discover it? Let's unveil that hidden secret that elevates the principle of as above, so below, to an even more powerful dimension. This knowledge has been guarded through the centuries by wise alchemists and mystics, who understood that the universe operates not only through correspondences, but that these correspondences are driven by a central force. Unity is the essence behind this principle. It is the truth that connects all of us and everything. Think about this. If what is above and what is below are reflections of each other, it's because both are expressions of the same source. This source has been called many names: the All, the universal mind, cosmic consciousness, or God. It is the origin of everything that exists, the primal energy that shapes reality. When we begin to understand that everything is interconnected because everything comes from this same source, we realize that we are not separate from the universe. We are not small, isolated parts trying to survive in a chaotic world. We are manifestations of the All, unique expressions of an infinite intelligence that experiences itself through us. Here emerges a transcendental revelation. If we are part of the All, then we also carry its essence within us. This is the true meaning of, as above, so below. It is not merely a principle of reflection, but a declaration of our inherent divinity. We are co-creators of reality because we carry the divine spark of the universe within us. This means that by working on our personal growth, we are not only transforming our lives, we are contributing to the growth of the All. Every step we take toward enlightenment, every act of love and compassion, every effort to live with integrity and purpose elevates the collective vibration of the universe. But this is where many get lost. This principle is not an excuse to evade our responsibilities in the physical world. It's not about escaping to a spiritual plane, disconnected from reality. Rather, it calls us to integrate the spiritual and the material, to recognize that our daily lives are a practice field for manifesting universal truth. Imagine your mind and heart as a musical instrument. When they are in harmony, they create a melody that resonates with the symphony of the universe. But if there is discord within you, that same discord reflects in the outside world. This is why the path to spiritual mastery begins within ourselves. We cannot change the above without first working on the below. At this point, you may be wondering, how can I align my life with this principle? The answer is simple, yet profound. Begin by cultivating presence. Observe your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions without judgment. Ask yourself, are they aligned with the frequency of love, gratitude, and unity? If they are not, use that knowledge as a guide to adjust yourself. Another powerful practice is contemplation. Dedicate time each day to reflect on your connection with the whole. Look at the stars and remember that their light is the same that burns within you. Walk in nature and feel how every tree, every river, every living being is intertwined with you in the great web of existence. And let's not forget the importance of conscious action. Every decision we make, no matter how small it seems, is an opportunity to live in harmony with this principle. From the words we choose to how we treat others, every action has an impact that extends beyond what we can imagine. Here is where we arrive at the heart of the secret. When we align our intentions, thoughts, and actions with universal laws, we become channels of the creative force of the universe. This is not an abstract concept. It is a tangible experience that we can feel in our lives. Synchronicity begins to appear. Doors that were once closed open, and our deepest aspirations start to manifest with a fluidity that feels almost magical. However, this path requires faith and commitment. We won't always see immediate results, and there will be moments of doubt. But remember this, the principle of, as above, so below, assures us that every effort we make on the inner level impacts the outer level, even if we don't see it right away. Ultimately, this principle invites us to live with a higher purpose. It reminds us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, yet we also carry that something within us. It's a beautiful paradox. We are a reflection of the universe, but we are also the universe looking at itself through our eyes. And now we arrive at the climax of this journey, because the most important thing is not just to understand this principle, but to live it. Living with the awareness that every thought, word, and action is an opportunity to align the above and the below, to manifest heaven on earth, to be the expression of the whole in this present moment. So, the final question I leave you with is this: how will you choose to use this knowledge in your life? Because now you know that the power to transform your world and the world at large has always been within you. Thank you for watching.